How luxury brands brainwash you to buy. Have you ever wondered why we're so captivated by luxury? Why a handbag that costs less than $100 to make can sell for thousands? It's not just about quality or even status. It's about something far more insidious. Behind the gleaming storefronts and exclusive VIP lists, the world's most coveted brands are deploying an arsenal of psychological tactics. They're not just selling products. They're selling desires, dreams, and a carefully constructed illusion. And they're targeting your brain in ways you can't even imagine. Today we're pulling back the velvet rope. We're going undercover, armed with hidden cameras, to expose the secrets of how luxury brands like Louis Vuitton, Dior, Gucci, Balenciaga, Chanel, and Rolex brainwash you to buy. We'll show you the exact psychological levers they pull and how you can use these insights, not to manipulate, but to understand influence, both in marketing and in your own life. Get ready, because after this, you'll never look at a luxury brand the same way again. The illusion of scarcity. Louis Vuitton's masterstroke. Our first stop is Louis Vuitton, a brand synonymous with desire and luxury. Before we even stepped inside, we were aware of their well-documented strategies. These brands often go to extraordinary lengths to manufacture an aura of exclusivity. Their claims of limited stock are frequently a carefully orchestrated illusion. Do you truly believe a conglomerate like LVMH, which owns Louis Vuitton and boasts revenues exceeding $86 billion in 2023, lacks the resources to meet demand? Of course not. This scarcity is a deliberate design choice. By intentionally keeping inventory low, they cultivate a powerful sense of urgency, compelling consumers to act immediately when a desired item becomes available. This manufactured rarity inherently makes items more desirable. My team and I entered Louis Vuitton. I instructed them to portray me as a billionaire sheikh from Dubai, eager to observe how these luxury brands would respond to such a high-value client. Our initial attempt led us to the women's store by mistake. Undeterred, we proceeded to the men's store, specifically seeking a passport wallet. Upon arrival, we were immediately assigned a personal shopper, a common practice in high-end retail designed to offer a bespoke experience. I located the wallet on display, and as anticipated, I was informed that this particular item was in insane demand and unavailable at that location. Refusing to yield, we embarked on a 40-minute drive to another Louis Vuitton boutique. There, we were again greeted by a dedicated personal shopper. I reiterated my request for the passport wallet, and she promptly guided me to their travel section. This is where their tactics truly began to unfold. She casually mentioned that the wallet I was seeking was hard to come by. While she disappeared to check the back, she expertly attempted to upsell me, suggesting a $1,000 pair of sunglasses and a $4,000 duffel bag. Ultimately, they did have the wallet in stock, but remarkably, it was declared to be the last one. This pattern is consistent across the luxury sector. Whatever item a customer expresses interest in, it's often validated as our most popular. And crucially, we only have one more in stock. It is through this strategic limitation of supply that products become infinitely more desirable. While some might dismiss these tactics as extreme, their widespread application across industries confirms their effectiveness. Consider Apple, for instance. You can't simply walk into an Apple store and purchase their newest products at will. They manage inventory carefully, with specific allocations sent to each location. If you try to call in advance to reserve a new iPhone, you'll often be met with uncertainty, like, "We don't know what specific models will be sent to our store each day." This entire ecosystem of manufactured exclusivity drives consumers to line up in droves for their products, creating a feverish demand that transcends mere utility. The Power of Perception, Dior's Premium Pricing Playbook. Next, we turn our attention to Dior, ranked as the #2 luxury fashion brand globally, boasting annual sales exceeding $11 billion. A recent internet sensation revolved around their iconic tote bag, priced at $3,500, which, according to reports, costs a mere $57 to manufacture. The disparity sparked widespread debate regarding perceived value. Let's delve into the tactics they employ to command such prices. Inside Dior, we specifically inquired about the $57 tote bag. The reality of a $3,500 price tag for an Egyptian cotton bag that, to the untrained eye, appears relatively simple was striking. Yet, one must acknowledge the brilliance of their pricing strategy. This aligns with a fundamental principle I advocate for my clients. You need to double your prices. The objective is to operate at a premium price point, unless your business model is designed to saturate the entire market and compete solely on price, a strategy that often proves to be a fool's errand. Engaging in a race to the bottom on price is a losing proposition. It's crucial to understand that all prices are, to a significant extent, arbitrary. When setting a product's price, its presentation is paramount. For physical products, consider the location of your product photography, what complementary items are featured, the demeanor of the models, the lighting, the overall aesthetic, and the entire visual narrative. A subtle yet powerful concept is price priming, where potential customers are psychologically prepared and influenced by the associations and environment they experience before they even receive your offer. This subtle conditioning can significantly impact their perception of value. The status symbol, seduction, Gucci's aspirational appeal. Our next stop is Gucci, arguably the most audacious and recognizable fashion brand globally. From their distinctive belts and loafers to their elaborate jumpsuits, Gucci's presence is undeniable. Our mission to immerse ourselves in the Gucci drip and uncover their strategic maneuvers. Upon entering Gucci, the first thing we observed was a doorman, whose primary role seemed to be controlling access through a literal velvet rope, a clear signal of exclusivity. I expressed my desire to be as drippy as possible, which led them to the back of the store, where the extensive clothing collection was displayed. We were offered nothing less than the finest sparkling water, a small detail that contributes to the elevated experience. I then requested to try on one of their tracksuits. I was left waiting for approximately 10 minutes, a calculated delay likely intended to encourage further browse. I explored their selection of shoes and iconic Gucci belts before being summoned to the changing room. The Gucci tracksuit, let me tell you, was undeniably extravagant, with the entire ensemble costing around $5,000. With this purchase, you are unequivocally investing in the brand and its associated status. The human desire for social status is pervasive. It influences our choice of schools, our workplaces, and, notably, the clothing we wear. Everyone seeks to signal a certain status, and we all inherently desire to be perceived as having a higher status than those around us. Many businesses focus solely on the features and benefits of their offerings, neglecting to consider what purchasing their product truly represents from a status standpoint. What does it signal about the buyer? What kind of social elevation does it unlock? Consider these luxury brands. You are not primarily buying the material, the cotton or the leather. While they frequently emphasize craftsmanship and quality, this serves as a justification for the price, not the primary motivator for the initial purchase. The decision to buy is largely emotional. They are selling the status conveyed by sporting that prominent Gucci logo on your tracksuit. They know that consumers aspire to emulate influential figures who wear their brand. Thus, purchasing a Gucci item becomes a perceived cheat code to achieve that desired social connection. The Brain Game, Balenciaga's Neuromarketing Secrets. Before we delve into what might be the most audacious manipulation tactic I've encountered at Rolex, I decided to engage in a playful experiment at Balenciaga. This brand is renowned for its unconventional designs, such as their $1,800 leather chips bag and a seemingly mundane $4,000 tape bracelet. My request: to try on their most oversized hoodie and Kanye West's favored oversized Crocs boots. The absurdity of the situation was almost too much to bear. The sheer audacity of their products and their ability to sell over $1.4 billion annually points to a deeper strategy. Balenciaga are masters of engaging, and at times even trolling, the internet and consumers through neuromarketing. Neuromarketing is the scientific discipline that studies how our brains interact with ideas, objects, and advertisements. These major brands invest millions of dollars annually in this research, employing cutting-edge technology like fMRI scanners to analyze blood flow in people's brains when exposed to specific products and advertisements. They even establish simulated retail environments and supermarkets where eye-tracking software monitors consumer gaze patterns and measures heart rate responses to products, advertisements, and store layouts. While it's impractical for every business to implement such extensive and technologically advanced research, the core lesson is profoundly valuable. When I sit down to craft an advertisement, a video sales letter, or an email, my primary focus is always, what emotion am I trying to elicit? I don't begin by thinking about the subject line or the hook. Instead, the starting point is always the desired emotional state of the prospect. This is because while features and benefits can be forgotten, people will always remember how you make them feel. The timeless connection, Chanel's brand association strategy. Here we are, outside Chanel, the fourth-ranked luxury brand globally. Let's step inside and uncover its unique allure. Inside Chanel, I requested to see their most sought-after item, the classic Chanel bag. As expected, they attempted to leverage the perceived exclusivity of these bags against me. With prices quoted at $10,400 for one and $10,800 for another, they initially stated a limit of one per customer. When I subsequently inquired about purchasing 3 for my daughters, a few minutes later, a minor miracle occurred. They discovered 3 of the exact bags I was looking for in stock. They even justified allowing the purchase of all 3 by noting the presence of myself and my 2 bodyguards. A standout characteristic of Chanel, distinguishing it from other luxury brands, is its unwavering commitment to a feminine and timeless aesthetic. Every element, from the hostess's greeting to the store's lighting and the products themselves, radiates a consistent energy. Their strategy centers on forging a deep association between an idea or a feeling and their brand. This mirrors how Volvo meticulously links its brand with safety and security, how Nike embodies determination, and how Apple symbolizes simplicity. It's about establishing a powerful cognitive link between a concept and their brand, reinforcing it relentlessly through all communication channels until that association becomes ingrained in the public consciousness. This is precisely why these brands allocate millions of dollars annually to influencer marketing. They harness the pre-existing relationships and credibility that influencers have cultivated with their audiences, effectively transferring that positive association and brand affinity to their own products, thereby driving sales. Therefore, it's crucial to step back and contemplate what specific connection, what linking of an idea or concept are you striving to form with your own brand? The waitlist paradox, Rolex's ultimate exclusivity model. Finally, we arrive at Rolex, the fifth-ranked luxury fashion brand globally, boasting annual sales figures exceeding $10.1 billion. It is a widely known fact that acquiring a Rolex is notoriously difficult. My personal quest for a timepiece has spanned the globe, consistently met with unavailability. As I enter, I'll make every effort to secure a watch for my wife, but the reality is it's almost impossible to purchase a Rolex directly from a retail store. This is because they typically do not hold inventory for immediate sale. I entered with a specific watch in mind. I was informed it was not available for purchase, but they would record my phone number and notify me when it became available. My inquiry, "What female watches do you have in stock today?" was met with, "I only have exhibition models. I don't have anything for sale today." Similarly, for men's watches, the response was, "Again, I don't have any. There are no watches at all for sale. Everything is for exhibition." Their stated reason is overwhelming demand, preventing them from maintaining in-store inventory. However, this too is largely a calculated tactic to enhance the brand's exclusivity. They have discovered that it is far more profitable to sell the wait list than the watches themselves. But how do they justify such a premium price tag if they won't even sell you the product in store? While the concept of charging premium prices is generally appealing to business owners, they often overlook the crucial element, the level of service required to justify that premium. Simply increasing prices without a corresponding increase in value will not suffice. A transaction fundamentally occurs when the perceived value of a product or service exceeds its price. Through my experience with thousands of clients globally, I've observed that an incredible customer experience is built upon a multitude of small, thoughtful actions woven throughout the entire client journey. This holistic approach culminates in the overall exceptional experience. This is precisely how luxury brands operate. They meticulously track customer information, knowing your name, your past purchases, because this data is often the gateway to acquiring their most coveted products. Their goal isn't a single transaction. They want repeat business. And it is this long-term relationship that drives their obscenely high profits. So, there you have it. The meticulously crafted strategies behind the world's most powerful luxury brands. From manufactured scarcity to the psychological power of status and emotional priming. These companies have mastered the art of influence. It's not about judging their methods, but about understanding them. Now, you're armed with knowledge. The next time you see that gleaming logo or feel that undeniable pull towards a high-end item, you'll understand the subtle forces at play. Use this awareness to make more conscious choices, both as a consumer and, if you're a business owner, to genuinely connect with your audience. What's the most surprising tactic you learned today? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, please give it a like, share it with someone who needs to see it, and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden mechanics of our world. Until next time, stay curious and stay sharp.